I don't upload for one day, and CM Punk's opponent has been revealed. Things are going on with an international premium live event for WWE. LA Knight is being put into some random tag team. What the hell is that about? And apparently they've relisted the internal rosters and how they are viewed as babyfaces and heels. So we're going to go ahead and review all of that in today's episode. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. I think the thing that made me the most sad about yesterday's SmackDown was that Baron Corbin literally lost his match in less than 5 seconds. Bro, like, I know Cameron Grimes was debuting, and I know it was a callback to Cameron Grimes' NXT debut, but like, damn, bro, 5 seconds? My boy Corbin? Yeah, check this out. Before the match got started, Corbin grabbed the microphone. He was talking some trash. Corbin said he would send Grimes back to NXT. The bell rang. Grimes quickly hit the caveman stomp and pinned Corbin to win the match in less than 5 seconds. Corbin recently broke his losing streak in France. During his time with JBL, he was initially given a push, but they gave up at some point. He's been losing matches for months, and it looks like the losing streak will continue until they figure out what is next for the character. Baron Corbin did say that he would not mind returning the Lone Wolf character, but it will be interesting to see what happens now, since it was previously reported that Triple H was finishing up Vince McMahon's storylines and that his new storyline should be taking effect very soon, if not already being planned. Now it's being reported that WWE has big plans for the World Heavyweight title. WrestlingNews.co first reported back in December about plans to add a new world title at WrestleMania, but those plans were then delayed. The insider Twitter account at Boozer Wrestling is reporting that plans for a new world title go back to as early as September. Boozer tweeted that the USA Network has been asking for a title since the Clash at the Castle show. He also noted that people in the company are confused on the lineage of the title, because the belt looks like an updated version of the World Heavyweight title that was created in 2002 for Triple H when they started the brand split, but it's being talked about on TV as an entirely new belt. Now that part is a bit confusing to me because last I checked they did refer to it as the World Heavyweight Championship, so I don't know. In any case, for those of you worried about the title being treated as a B title to Roman Reigns' undisputed Universal Championship, Boozer states that there are very big plans for the new belt with a story that will catapult the title to its original status, and all in soon-to-come plans. Which again lines up perfectly with what I was telling you guys earlier about Triple H's new storyline starting to take effect and things like that. Which allows me to segue perfectly into this. What the hell is going on with LA Knight? Bro has not had TV time recently, and it's been kind of concerning. They could be waiting till after Night of Champions because they do have a lot of storylines running right now on SmackDown. But here's how I feel about it. Yesterday, they were supposed to have a segment with LA Knight, and it got scrapped. Huh? It was seen afterwards between him and the Street Profits. LA Knight basically went on to say that he can beat he can beat the Street Profits with anybody. Looks around, and he sees Rick Boogs. He goes and he asks for his name, says that his name is Rick Boogs, and LA Knight goes, okay, so I'll beat you with him then. Yeah, and then they both walk away. Now, there is a rumor going around that this team is going to be an ongoing thing temporarily, leading to the fact that one of them is obviously going to turn because WWE loves to split teams. But it's like, okay, should they really turn LA Knight face so soon? I don't know if that's a great idea. He has been getting that babyface ovation, but I could see LA Knight more as like a tweener than a complete babyface for the time being, especially with how he's been booked. And Rick Boogs turning heel just would not make sense considering his current character and everything like that. So it's very, very weird. I don't want to see him in a tag team, but at the same time, him getting TV time is better than no TV time. So at this point, you guys let me know how you feel about it down below, and what would you add in or tweak to this current story. And since we were talking about the original segment that was supposed to air, what was supposed to happen was basically what you guys saw on the clip online, where he was supposed to find himself a tag team partner, but it was supposed to happen during SmackDown Live, and it didn't. Which brings me to how WWE's internal roster list of babyfaces and heels are seen on SmackDown. There have been a lot of changes on television coming out of the draft as of this week. Began the first week with the new talent rosters across Raw and SmackDown. And the company made the decision this year to include the NXT roster, as instead of doing main roster call-ups the night after WrestleMania 39 last month, they saved them for the draft, where wrestlers such as Grayson Waller, Pretty Deadly, Cameron Grimes, Indy Hartwell, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Von Wagner, and the others were moved from the developmental brand to the main roster. PW Insider has released the internal roster listing for the SmackDown brand with the following names as babyfaces: Edge, Lashley, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, and Santos Escobar. And the list of heels include the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, United States Champion Austin Theory, Karrion Kross, LA Knight, and Grayson Waller. With that being said, it looks like there's an international premium live event already planned for September. What they do normally with Nick Khan's job in WWE is that he wants to bring more premium live events to big markets. And the hope is that the local governments like Puerto Rico did for Backlash will pay them to bring WWE to said area. This week, there's been talks with officials visiting Perth, Australia to discuss a potential premium live event in that region. Because if you guys remember September of last year, they did Clash at the Castle in Cardiff, Wales, but they're not going to go back there this year. It looks like they want to do Australia. WWE officials reported talked with the tourism board, and if an event gets booked there, they could potentially run a show at the Optus Stadium in front of 65,000 people. WWE hasn't done a show in Australia since 2019. So since they're looking for people to pay for them to go elsewhere, I would assume that they're not going to go to Backlash in Puerto Rico every single year, because they were paid a little over $1 million just for Backlash, and I don't think Puerto Rico has that kind of money to lash out every single year for WWE. As great as it was, I don't think we're going to see it again next year. We may not even see it for a few more years, to be honest. We're not going to speak on CM Punk, and the fact that his opponent will be revealed in a moment. He was not a deal breaker for AEW to secure the deal for Collision, apparently, per Andrew Ravens of Wrestling News. It was reported that AEW president wanted Punk to make a return to the promotion, and Warner Bros. Discovery also wanted to see Punk back due to the star power that he brings to AEW. However, Per One and Dave Meltzer reported that AEW Collision would have been happening regardless of Punk's involvement. Meltzer wrote, quote, "Someone very familiar with the negotiations of the Collision deal has said that the show would have happened with or without Punk. But absolutely Warner Bros. Discovery wanted Punk." Now, CM Punk recently posted this to his Twitter, Instagram. Not Twitter, Instagram, sorry, IG story. And a lot of people were confused about the song that was playing in the background. And here's the thing, right? It looks like he's getting an in-ring shape, he's doing his cardio, things like that. But the actual song that was playing in the background, believe it or not, was Samoa Joe's Ring of Honor theme. And a lot of people couldn't catch that. Like, there was a few people that weren't able to catch that subtle hint that CM Punk gave there. And there were also reports going out over the last number of weeks that CM Punk wanted to work with Samoa Joe personally prior to the Chris Jericho feud that they have planned. Now, if memory serves me correctly, which it does, they haven't fought since 2005. And I think that reliving this rivalry will be really great for All Elite Wrestling, especially because they're both so good on the mic. Oh my goodness. With that being said, guys, that's all I got, man. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. I love you all, and peace.